plastic bottle at first. But no, it's not. It's some sort of jellyfish thing. Is that a mouth or an eye? Is that a spine? I thought it was an invertebrate, but like, is that thing at the bottom like a spine running along it, or is that something different? It's so clear, it's so strange. This one, I think, out of everything we've seen today, is like the most believable. I'm really not sure if it is real, because I've never seen anything like that before, but like in the ocean, something like that existing is not out of the realm of possibility. We haven't explored nearly enough of it. We gotta figure it all out. No, that's really neat. I thought it was like a piece of, like it was like a floating water bottle or something, like trash, but no, it's got like a little, like system in there. You see some sort of like organs floating around in there, and then whatever that ridgy thingy is at the bottom, and there's the opening in the front. That's fascinating. I like this one. Kaiju? Is that a giant monster coming out of the ocean to destroy us all? Maybe it's just hanging out there, you know, got a little lost, popped its head up above the water, said, oh, too close to humans, bye-bye. I don't want to deal with their crap. That's probably what this monster's thinking, let's be real. That's like a very effective image though. I love stuff like that. Like when it's done on a video, like well, kind of with the fog, keeping it a little mysterious, it's a nice effect, right?
This creature was caught on an underwater camera in Japan. Nobody has debunked it yet. It looks to be 7 meters or so long, slithering through the water with ease. Japanese say dragon is back. Japanese say dragon is back.
Guys, have you heard that? Japanese say dragon is back. Guys, come on! You didn't know? Japanese say dragon is back. Underwater dragon. I liked the first second where they had like that 3D model of a dragon fly by, because I thought that was it at first. I was very confused. I'm like, hasn't been debunked yet? Are we sure about that? I think we're pretty sure that it's been debunked. But this one gives me like movie vibes, like B-movie creature feature vibes from like 2018 or something. I don't know. Like it's got like a bit of a grainy cam to it. Like it looks like it could be a 3D model. Maybe. I don't know. But in case you forgot, Japanese say dragon is back. But wait.
Okay, so I'm going to play it again. I'm going to stop at the point. That. Did you just see that?
Oh.
That. Okay. But wait, it gets more interesting. Okay, so I've zoomed up on this little figure, right? And let me just go forward. What is that? What is that? What is that?
It's like a fairy? Is that what the implication is? Is that it is a F-A-E-R-I-E, a fairy? One of the fae? I could see that. I feel like a lot of fairies like kind of look like stick bugs, you know? Tinkerbell, the Tinkerbell view of the fairy, like just the tiny woman with wings in a dress, like probably if fairies were to exist, they probably wouldn't be like that. They'd probably be more bug-like, a little more hideous, you know? I'm thinking Pan's Labyrinth fairies in the, you know, when it turns from like that weird-looking bug at the beginning to the actual, like, more humanoid thing. I think that's kind of, you know, that's more up the alley of what the true fairy looks are.
People do not really care much if a commonly found fish has washed up on the beach, but they are definitely intrigued if it is a huge animal they haven't really seen before. A giant mysterious creature got the better of people when the carcass washed up on a beach in Indonesia, and they couldn't figure out what it exactly was to their utter astonishment. The 15-meter-long creature, weighing approximately 35 tons floating in the water, also ended up making it red and also a public spectacle.
Maybe it's just me, but the narrator there sounded like AI. It sounded like something trying to sound like a human announcer. I don't know. That's the scariest part of the video to me. I feel like that's like an alien has come down to Earth and is trying to fit in as best as it can. And then we can talk about the gigantic creature. He said a lot of words, but none of them really described what it was or how it got there or where it came from. Maybe that's part of the mystery, but I feel like, you know, finding a face on it or like examining whether or not the redness in the water was blood or like what happened afterwards. What was the explanation from the locals when they were bewildered and astonished? How did they describe this thing?
This gentleman heard something in his backyard and came outside to this.
What is that?
Many believe he may have raised the beast by how he stood so close to film it.
Beast? He and the beast are homies? Is the beast his son? Is this an American werewolf scenario where somebody gets turned into a werewolf but then like retains some humanity? What if he turns into the full werewolf and goes on the rampage in the square? Then what? Or the circus? Sorry, Piccadilly Circus. It's very British. I don't know. That's, again, where's the context? Where's the explanation?
Gentleman trudging through the jungle came across this baby dragon.
There's all these dragons today.
And despite warnings from friends and family, decided to keep the little guy anyway. That detail would be hard to fake, and if you look closely you can see his stomach and lips moving.
This is like an Aragon scenario. It's just you find a dragon and you keep it, and then it does stuff for you, I guess. Kind of terrified. Although, despite warnings, I mean, if I found a dragon and my family and friends said don't keep it, I'd say, you know what guys, this dragon's my family now. And then, you know, 5 years down the road, I would break character and raise an entire city. I'd kill millions with this dragon. Game of Thrones. But other than that, I don't really, I don't know what to say here. This dragon, it's still a baby. You know, we don't know the destructive potential of it. It's kind of funky looking. Colors seem a little off, but hey, if they say it's real, I'll take their word for it. The family and friends said don't keep it, he kept it. That's a human story right there. WTF is this? Huh? Oh, Muckman? Yeah, WTF is that? It looks like a Shape of Water type monstrosity. My word. But yeah, that's like some like weird like reptilian swamp thing going down. Just heading into the creek, heading into the little river. I wasn't sure if I could see it at first. It's camouflage. It's quite effective. But I don't know. If it's taking a dip, I wouldn't be too worried, you know. Let it have its little river run. Let it cool off in the hot summer heat.
This clip was taken in what appears to be an old tunnel or mine shaft that's being worked in. A few seconds into the clip, we see a creature appear out of the ground. It appears to be a large rat based on its face, but it seems to move more like a snake than anything else, and it also doesn't have the same tail as a rat. It stays moving in the frame for a long time, and we can see a lot of its body, meaning that it's probably quite large in size, easily a few feet long. This surpasses the average size of a rat, and is substantially bigger than the type of creatures you are likely to find in an underground area like this.
Oh, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel good. I don't like this rat snake thing. It's giving me Night Shift vibes from, is it Night Shift? What's the Stephen King short story where they find like that hideous mass of rats underneath like the area? Whatever that one's called, that's what I'm getting here. There's gonna be more of those. There's gotta be like millions of them deeper down. Like this one was like a little gutty and like made its way up to a higher level, but like if you like dug down deep, you'd find like a writhing mass of rat body. See, whenever something like this happens, I want something to crawl out of it, you know? Looks like a nice bathroom. Haunted bathroom. First I thought it was like shoddy carpentry or something, you know, that door just swings open on its own at the time, but I don't see the faucet turning itself on and everything else opening as well in different directions. That's a little more questionable. That's freaky. I like it. Way to go. Where are you? Is that a shower curtain? ghost just throw a at the guy? That was a sick throw too, like it stuck right in the wall. Didn't go too far, you know, but hey, I mean, it's an old wall. It's probably made of sterner stuff than drywall, right? There's a lot going on here. At first that noise, like I thought there was like a generator malfunctioning or like a train passing by, but no, it was that cabinet rocking off its hinges. And Homie gets a thrown at his head by some unseen assailant. How exciting.
At the end of the night, I'm cleaning my purse out and I find this.
Ooh. Oh.
I don't know what this is. It's a tile. It's basically a tracker. It's not mine.
Oh.
I don't know how it got in my purse.
People normally place the tile on their keys or other items in order to find them when they're lost, but in this case, as she is unaware of its owner, the tile was probably being used for much more nefarious purposes.
That's a great phrase, nefarious purposes. Thank you, Chills. But yeah, that is fiendish. That is so freaky, and it's so discreet too, right? Like if you didn't actively empty out your bag at the end of the night, like I mean, I don't usually carry a purse, but if I had my backpack or something and somebody like dropped it in like my water bottle holder at the side, like I wouldn't reach down to the very bottom and check when I got home. Like that's nuts. And that's just like free reign to follow somebody home. And at that point, like she's got it in her house, like she doesn't look like she's deactivated or destroyed it yet. From always be lurking. Oh hey-oh. Honey, I'm home.
You can see its eyes glare awake seconds before. Many in the comments insist the animals know what's up, whether a ghost or some other mysterious supernatural activity. Whatever's lurking in this home is definitely sus.
I can't do this. It was kind of freaky. You know, you see the cat's eyes flash, and like, oh, I thought it was a goblin or something, but no, it's a cat looking at the door. Oh, the last thing I needed today was to hear Chills say that it's definitely sus. Amogus.
Smells like an offset in this part, definitely.
A ghostly girl appears to be watching the crew from a
Hey.
doorway.
Hey. Did she disappear? Let me see the doorway again.
In this part, definitely.
While it's hard to get a good look, some commenters have noted that she might have long dark hair and appears to be wearing a white dress.
That's pretty cool, that is.
So it smells bad, and there's a girl with dark hair and a long dress in there. That's some classic horror movie stuff right there. That's beautiful. Yeah, damn. I guess they didn't even notice either, eh? They're just kind of holding their camera sort of willy-nilly. I feel like these paranormal investigators or, you know, urban explorers or just like abandoned building enthusiasts, they gotta work on their camera skills a little more, you know? It's not that hard to hold it steady as opposed to like swinging it with your arm as if you're regularly walking, you know? If you've got your phone in your hand and you're going, ooh, you're not gonna get really great footage.
The desk pulls way back, nearly out of view. The young man turns in his bed, perhaps disturbed by the phantom presence in his room. The creepy phantom takes this as a cue to disturb him more. He pulls the blanket slowly from the man's bed, leaving him uncovered from head to toe. The blanket stays crumpled on the floor a couple feet from the foot of the bed.
Oh, Chills. There's just something about your narration that really scratches a particular itch in my brain. One that should probably go unscratched, if we're being honest. Oh boy. This is like a classic creepy video. I feel like I've seen this one before. Well produced. It's giving me Paranormal Activity vibes, but it's also, I think, a little like too nice, almost. While the camera does stay on the action the whole time, there's too much going on here, you know? I feel like most poltergeists wouldn't make themselves that known, right? Unless there was an impetus to do so, unless this is like the last day of this boy's life, and they were like, okay, today's the day.
Woman walk up to a sink to wash her hands and face.
Good for her.
Nothing at all unusual happens
Sanitary.
until she turns to walk away.
Uh-oh. Hey, hand towel. Wipe off your hands.
She only manages to take a few steps before suddenly lurching forward. On first glance, you might think that she simply tripped. However, we can clearly see the spot on the floor where she lost her balance, and there's nothing there that could have caught her feet.
She is wearing flip-flops, which leads me to believe that the tripping theory, even with a clear path, could have some merit to it, because I don't know about you folks, but I avoid flip-flops like the plague. Slides maybe, Crocs definitely, but thong flip-flops, they're just gonna cause a mess. I personally believe that the only evil thing in this video are flip-flop sandals.
Scary video shows a crazy storm brewing overhead. Well, not necessarily abnormal. The strange thing is the sky. It's blinking red. Is this red lightning, or is there some other explanation for the unsettling light? Some in the comments believe greater beings are at battle. Others think it's sparks from Transformers. One commenter says it's the reflection of the sun's rays combined with the lightning illuminating the storm clouds.
Now, I like those first two options. You know, greater powers at battle or sparks from Transformers. Although, now that I say it out loud, I realize that he means power Transformers and not like Michael Bay Transformers, which is a little disappointing. I made myself sad with that one. I thought I had an easy dunk there, and then saying it aloud, I realized that I am the fool today. Chills was correct. Yeah, I mean, I would assume it's just inclement weather, you know? There's something happening with the way that the lightning is striking, or with the way that light is refracting through the water particles that are up in the sky. I don't know.
At 50 minutes and 20 seconds into the scary video, you'll notice the ghost hunters have caught some weird things on thermal camera. This strange human outline registers a cold blue, and is therefore completely devoid of all temperature, meaning it's not one of the ghost hunters, but instead perhaps a member of the ghost family. Is this video an actual ghost sighting of someone spooky who was caught on camera, but not visible in real life? Or is the explanation something else entirely?
Something spooky. This guy's also got a funky voice. Making good videos though. That's wild. I don't know, a cold spot, eh? Could be malfunction. Could not be. Could be part of a ghost family. I guess we'll never know, because we can't really ask anybody about that, can we? Oh, what is it? Is the audio backwards? What's happening?
25 seconds into the creepy video is when this mysterious figure with hollow black eyes comes up to the camera and then disappears. I really hope that this is just his out of focus hand, but Ghostwriters Paranormal says it's not. He insists that this is a real ghost sighting.
So yeah, I thought it was a hand first too, like something like, but in the dark, a little shadow, like there's a little, you know, something going on there. I don't know, it could be a face. It's giving me like Lake Mungo vibes, you know, that weird thing walking towards the camera. That's a movie that freaking disturbed me for like a week, my word. But boy howdy, I don't know.
El diablo te da, el diablo te quita. Catalina, Catalina, vuelve a la vida, lo que el diablo te da, el diablo te quita. En nombre del demonio, manifiéstate hoy, aquí y en este día. En nombre del demonio, manifiéstate hoy, aquí y en este día. ¿Ves? Cállate, versosa. Espérate un rato.
Moved. Well, what do you expect? You're doing some kind of weird ritual with the doll. You've got your desired outcome. You're talking to her. What do you want? She's now moving. She's like, yo, what up? You called? I don't like it when people do that. When they're like, oh, let's do this fun little ritual with the doll, and then freak the f out when the doll's like, hi, you know? Like, you brought this on yourself. You cast the spell, you did the ritual, now the doll's here. You gotta pay the consequences.
Types or something, but it kept happening, and I noticed it was a pattern of 3 each time. So I looked it up. looking for a logical explanation, like I wasn't looking for paranormal, but of course a paranormal thing came up and they called it the death knock. Coincidentally, a friend was in town who doesn't really live around here, but she's very spiritual and has sage, so she let me borrow her sage so I could sage our house. I lit it and I heard this huge crash at one end of the house, and I did my thing and saged the house, but I forgot to do one area of the house, so I relit it and heard another loud crash at the other end of the house, and then I saged again and I hadn't heard any knock.
Okay. Alright, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Some paranormal activity was going on in her home. I bet she lives in LA, because she called up her closest friend and was like, you got sage? I would never think to do that. I feel like that's such like a California thing. Like, let me sage my new home, you know? Like, no one does that. Actually, I do know like one person that does do sage. But it's like, that's not what I would think to do. Like, if I heard crashing around my home, I wouldn't be like, who's got sage? Let me sage my home and get rid of these evil spirits. Maybe you've got problems in your home.
Beckwith, who hired Askia Kafra to dig some deep underground tunnels in his basement. And one day the police got a call from Daniel that his house was on fire. And when the fire department went in to investigate, they found a hole deep in the concrete of his basement. And when they went in to explore a little bit more, they found Askia's body in the hole. The detective said these tunnels were 20 feet underground and almost 200 feet long. Daniel was doing this all illegally and knew he was having him work in very unsafe conditions. Daniel would pick up Askia from his house and make him wear darkened, blacked out sunglasses while he drove him to his house. That way he had no idea where he was working.
So, I mean, this doesn't make any sense. One guy called up another guy and was like, come dig some tunnels for me, but why are they digging the tunnels? There is no purpose for these tunnels. And then the other guy just died in there, and the guy left him. That sucks. The mystery here is, why the hell were you digging the tunnels? Were you digging them to put the bodies in there? What's going on? Rain falls in. Oh my god, there's just so much happening. I was expecting the rain. Oh. This happens. Oh wait, not like that. Wait, leaf levitate. Wait, huh? Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. The first clip I already forgot. Rain falling in one spot. I think that can happen, right? Unless this is like a movie set. No, it's coming directly from the sky. I believe that can happen. Like a pocket, a rain pocket. It's just downpouring in one spot. I feel like that's legit. I feel like science works that way. But I also failed science twice, so I don't have answers for you.
Really weird things caught on camera from the ocean that are completely unexplainable. This right here is a rock that this guy was filming. He thought it was a seal, and so he zoomed in on it. This thing scurries off the rock. I zoom in and slow it down. Look at this. I think this is an actual mermaid caught on camera. Maybe I'm crazy. Follow for more.
Maybe I'm crazy. Follow for more. It kind of looks like a mermaid, but I don't think it is. It looks like a fish that's kind of mutated. I mean, it happens. I don't know what goes on in the ocean. I just don't trust it. We've only explored, Liam told me, only 5%. I thought it was 10%. He told me 5, but I also couldn't tell if he was just making a joke about the Trisha Paytas H3H3 5%, which all he talks about right now.
These are amazing, ancient, sometimes scary, unexplained artifacts. Here we go. A couple that was taking a walk between 1934 and 1936 discovered what is now known as the London Hammer. Soon after discovering this, they turned it into a group of archaeologists, and this is what the archaeologists found out. What they discovered is amazing, that this rock encasing the hammer is actually about 400 million years old, and that's way before any kind of life could have made this hammer. What's crazier is that the hammer itself is over 500 million years old according to their first measurements. The handle itself is starting to turn itself into coal.
Hold on, hold on. You had me, but then you lost me, but I get it, because this is a mysterious video that needs to be explained. They found a hammer, an old hammer, London hammer they call it, England hammer, whatever. Hammer from London, classic. But it was made before any life could make it. Huh? How do you know? How do people get these dates? Like, where is it? How do you know it's 500 million years old? 500 million? Did he say that? I think he did. Isn't that way before humans?
Really weird things caught on camera that are completely unexplained. This lady was caught sleepwalking in her home in the middle of the night. She goes to reach for something, takes a bite of it, but what's really crazy is this rug literally just goes shooting by her. Is it a magic carpet? I don't know. Follow for more.
Is it a magic carpet? Could very well be. How did she not even notice it was moving? Surely. Like, this is the strangest video, because even if it's fake, why would you fake this? Like, hey, let's pull this carpet behind this woman and we'll pretend she's sleepwalking and the carpet just moves on its own. So specific, which, you know, respect either way.
Strangest unsolved mysteries in every U.S. state. Part 6, Illinois. During the 1940s, police received more than 24 cases of a strange gas in Illinois. The people in the cases generally reported smelling a weird, putrid odor in their homes that caused them to feel nauseous, cough, vomit, and even be paralyzed for days. No physical evidence was ever found inside any of the homes. To this day, no one knows if it was a chemical attack, or an instance of mass hysteria, or something else.
Well, that's scary and very mysterious, like the title implies. A gas was making everyone sick, but also they could not find any trace of the gas. So are these people crazy? Probably. I think everyone's a little crazy. If one person experiences one thing, everyone's like, oh yeah, same. It's like, you know, if you feed someone non-alcoholic drinks and you tell them it's alcohol, they'll get placebo effect and think they're drunk.
Really weird things caught on drones that are absolutely unexplained. Listen to these guys right here. And they're looking, and then all of a sudden, there's something right there. And then as they kind of get a little closer and zoom in, it looks like a person, but it's all, I don't even know what this is. Is this a skinwalker?
It's a rake.
Follow for more.
I just assume everything is the rake. But it kind of looks like a skinwalker. But I think it's also the rake. But that is for sure not a coyote, unless the coyote lost all of its fur and became a human, you know? It looks like a skinwalker rake combination thing. Pale humanoid me. Looks like the Slender Man without his suit on. Looks like Slender Man in the nude. We've all thought about it. What's going on under there? What is that in the air? Oh, it's a bird. Oh. 2 separate videos. Goes push a check. What is happening? There's so much going on. Holy bird one freaked me out the most. But I think the bird might have been on like a line, unless I'm wrong. He looked like he was just hovering in midair. He was like, then someone just poked him. He was like, okay, bye. And the chair, yeah, that's creepy. But I think anyone could fake that. I'm just debunking everything. I'm not in the mood to, you know, humor you today.
A mysterious radio signal is received by the SETI project on 3 different occasions. In February 2003, astronomers with the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, the SETI project, used a massive telescope in Puerto Rico to re-examine 200 sections of the sky, which had all previously yielded unexplained radio signals. These signals had all disappeared except for one, which had become stronger. The signal, widely thought to be the best candidate for alien life, comes from a spot between the constellations Pisces and Aries, where there are no obvious stars or planets. Curiously, the signal is at one of the frequencies that hydrogen, the most common element, absorbs and emits energy. Some astronomers believe that this is a very likely frequency at which aliens wishing to be noticed would transmit. Whenever things are backed by science, I'm ready. I'm like, ooh, really? Are we curious? What's happening? But I'm pretty sure this was debunked. There's an article that's been showing up on my newsfeed about other signals happening that are kind of propelling these questions about whether aliens are actually trying to interact with us. So who knows? That would be so nuts though. That would really be so amazing that people on the other side of the universe, people, them, they, whatever, are just as curious about communicating with us. Well-known encounters. Barney and Betty Hill's abduction. The Hills above claim that in 1961, a bright light swooped over their car on a New Hampshire road, and that they woke up a few hours later and that the car had been magnetized. With aggressive hypnosis, both were able to recall being abducted and probed by the little gray man, which soon became the de facto alien description. Foo Fighters! In the middle of World War II, things took a mysterious turn for Air Force pilots flying overnight missions. They reported seeing lights chasing their aircraft. The number varied, sometimes it was 1, other times it was 10, and so did the colors, red, orange, and green. But the unidentified objects shared in common that they moved very fast, up to 200 miles per hour, wow, yet could dart on a dime. These pilots, among the best in the world, admitted the objects generally flew circles around them. Well, it doesn't sound like that's technology from like Germany or Russia, because they definitely would have exploited that at the time, because they were losing. Well, actually they weren't losing for a bit, they were winning, and then we got that upper hand, and then they just could never get it back. But that's a very simplistic description of World War II. Elon Musk. Musk is hell-bent on using his $21 billion to colonize Mars. I support that. His company, SpaceX, has been trying desperately to reduce the cost of space travel in the hopes of beginning a million-person colonization of Mars. Quote, if we're not in a simulation, then maybe we're in a lab and there's some advanced alien civilization that's just watching how we develop out of curiosity, like mold in a petri dish, says Musk. Jeff Bezos, his company Blue Origin is competing with Elon Musk's SpaceX to launch reusable rockets and comically rich tourists into space. You know what? Whoever gets there first, amazing. I kind of am rooting for Musk though, because I like how he's trying to make it cheaper and not just like another privilege that the rich get. There should never be that many rich people. Like, just help out, man. I mean, I like what they're doing. I mean, I like what Musk is doing. I'm not a huge fan of Bezos, to be fair. He knows now. Sorry. There is documentation. In 2012, the photographer Stephen Kirst asked UFO convention attendees who claimed to have had personal contact with extraterrestrials to draw and describe their experiences. Camille, a beam of solid blue light came through her ceiling and transported her onto a table where she was surrounded by beings in white robes with high collars. Rita said she has been visited by a golden reptilian alien throughout her life. Are the Scientologists right? We don't know! Are the Thetans real? Who knows? The thing that blows my mind about this is that how did these images come about? Like how? Why is this something that people are thinking about all the time? And why do these images keep popping up? And I mean, it could be that once one person made it up, a whole bunch of others copied it, or it was instilled in our brains. So the only way our imagination can picture aliens is that like bulbous Paul looking dude with a Seth Rogen voice. At least that's how I picture aliens. The red tinge of Jupiter's moon Europa. Alien microbes might be behind Europa's red tinge, suggested NASA researchers in 2001. Though the surface is mostly ice, data shows it reflects infrared radiation in an odd manner. That suggests that something, magnesium salt perhaps, are binding it together, but no one has been able to come up with the right combination of compounds to make sense of the data. Intriguingly, the infrared spectra of some earthly bacteria, those that thrive in extreme conditions, fits the data at least as well as magnesium salts. Plus, some are red and brown in color, perhaps explaining the moon's ruddy complexion. Though bacteria might find it difficult to survive in the scant atmosphere and minus 170 degrees Celsius surface temperature of Europa, they might survive in warmer liquid interior. Geological activity could then spew them out periodically to be flash frozen on the surface. Science rules! I don't know. That sounds very similar to a case that's on Venus right now, because or that they're actually going to be sending a probe to Venus to figure out, because they found hints of anaerobic bacteria through the they found evidence of phosphine, which is something that a specific kind of bacteria also emits, and they survive extreme conditions, so they think that maybe they also exist on Venus, which would technically be, would actually be a sign of life. 1996, Martian. 1996, Martian fossils are discovered in meteorite ALHA4001 from Antarctica. NASA scientists controversially announced in 1996 that they had found what appeared to be fossilized microbes in a potato-shaped lump of Martian rock. The meteorite was probably blasted off the surface of Mars in a collision and wandered the solar system for about 15 million years before plummeting to Antarctica, which is where it was discovered in 1984. Careful analysis revealed that the rock contained organic molecules and tiny specks of the mineral magnetite. sometimes found in Earth bacteria. Under the electron microscope, NASA researchers also claim to have spotted signs of nanobacteria. But since then, much of the evidence has been challenged, rightly so. Other experts have suggested that the particles of magnetite were not so similar to those found in bacteria after all, and that the contaminants from Earth are the source of the organic molecules. Interesting. A 2003 study also showed how crystals that resemble nanobacteria could be grown in the laboratory by chemical processes. Very interesting. Again, if it's backed by scientists, I'm willing to support it. There was a time when I wish I could have been a scientist, but it no longer clicked, sadly, but it blows my mind to read about it and listen to it, and I think it's fantastic. So, in terms of this one, I don't think these are Martian fossils. I actually do kind of side with the belief that it's organic material that interacted with the meteorite, It's not bacteria brought to Earth by the meteorite. The unexplained extraterrestrial wow signal is detected by Ohio State University radio telescope. In August 1977, an Ohio State University radio telescope detected an unusual pulse of radiation from somewhere near the constellation Sagittarius. The 37-second long signal was so startling that an astronomer monitoring the data scrawled "wow" on the telescope's printout. That's cute. The signal was within the band of radio frequencies where transmissions are internationally banned on Earth. Furthermore, natural sources of radiation from space usually cover a wide range of frequencies. As the nearest star in that direction is 220 million light years away, either a massive astronomical event or intelligent aliens with a very powerful transmitter would have had to have created it. The signal remains unexplained. Creepy. I mean, realistically, it's the massive astronomical event because things like supernovas and even dwarf stars can emit really strong signals throughout the galaxy when they do the thing. So, I don't know. 1976, the Viking Mars landers detect chemical signatures indicative of life. Tests performed on Martian soil samples by NASA's Viking landers hinted at chemical evidence of life. I love the title, Viking landers, nice. One experiment mixed soil with radioactive carbon-labeled nutrients and then tested for the production of radioactive methane gas. The test reported a positive result. The production of radioactive methane suggested that something in the soil was metabolizing the nutrients and producing radioactive gas. That's very interesting. But other experiments on board failed to find any evidence of life, so NASA declared the result as a false positive. Despite that, one of the original scientists and others who have since reanalyzed the data still stand by the finding. They argue that the other experiments on board were ill-equipped to search for evidence of the organic molecules, a key indicator of life. We still have so much to discover about Mars, and it looks like in the next few decades, not next few decades, but probably like 40, 50 years, 60 years even, we might actually even make a trip out there. I know we're going to the moon in about 2 years, and if that goes well, if that goes long term, then we're going to Mars. So, I think we're gonna find out a lot more when we're actually on Mars and we actually got boots on the soil so that we can perform experiments there. So, I don't know. Like, all of it's, so much of it's speculation, and like, I just want somebody to say, yes, it's aliens. Yes, it is, instead of just living in this realm of maybe? You know, I just want to know. I want to know. Harry Reid says we're not taking them seriously enough. You're not taking me seriously enough! Imagine yelling that at a person. Quote, "I'm glad the Pentagon is finally releasing this footage, but it only scratches the surface of research and materials available," unquote. Tweeted Reid, the former Senate Majority Leader. Quote, "The U.S. needs to take a serious scientific look at this and any potential national security implications. The American people deserve to be informed," unquote. For Reid, who served in the Senate from Nevada for 3 decades and led his party in the chamber for 12 years before retiring in 2017, the footage, which was compiled by a group funded by Tom DeLonge, a founding member of the pop-punk group Blink-182. Cool. Is simply a confirmation of what he has long believed and advocated for in the halls of Congress. We may not be alone. I agree with you, Harry Reid. I think maybe now we're starting to take things seriously, but should have happened a lot sooner. Maybe we would have discovered something sooner if we weren't just like sleeping and brushing off all these allegations as like hillbilly nonsense. I don't know, maybe. But then again, there's a lot of hillbilly nonsense. There's just been a lot of weird things. And I think it's important that we do look into them, which I feel like is gonna bring us to number one. Government literally just admitted it's taking you. I love when number two is like, take me seriously. Number one is, government literally just admitted it's taking UFOs seriously. A 2004 encounter near San Diego between two Navy FA-18F fighter jets and an unknown object. In 1952, a CIA group called the Psychological Strategy Board concluded that when it came to UFOs, the American public was dangerously gullible and prone to hysterical mass behavior. Side note, which is probably why the American people, or just humanity, is not ready to know. Like, maybe we know. Maybe there are people higher up who know and are holding onto the information because they have to slowly acclimatize the public to this idea, because otherwise there will be hysterics. People will lose their minds. So many questions, especially around like religion, are gonna happen, and nobody's gonna be able to handle it unless it's like slowly seeped through the cracks and we acclimatize ourselves to the idea that aliens are actually here. So that's a potential idea. The group recommended debunking campaigns to tamper the public's interest in unexplained phenomenon. But the government seems to have been interested too. Pentagon confirmed the existence of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. Created in 2007 by Senators Ted Stevens, who reported being chased by a mysterious object, Daniel Inouye, and then Majority Leader Harry Reid, and funded with $22 million of black money from the Department of Defense's budget. The program investigated and evaluated reports of UFO sightings, many of which came from American service members. Oh, okay, I see. So they're only taking people they deem as sane. Like, they're only taking accounts from like people actually beside them, like their best friends in the Senate. They're like, oh, you did too? Cool. So it must be real. Let's fork over money that we don't know where it came from, but we're just gonna take it. Is that what black money is? It sounds like a black card. You know what I mean? Just do what you need to do. It's loud. Oh. Ew, his eyes. Like, ew, his eyes. Oh, no! Get out. That's awful. That's so... It's eyes. That's an it. That's not a person. That can't be. That looks like those are alien eyes. Like, those are textbook alien eyes. When you see an alien in a book, that's what they look like. For sure. Oh, man. Okay, I'm spooked already. Let's do this. Oh, the dead eyes. Stop it. Stop smiling. Oh, Chris, I didn't like that one. I didn't like it. It's like, nope. See you later. Bye. Never watching that again. Ho ho. Okay, let's move on. It's the dead eyes. It's that when there's nothing behind them. Like that clip of Tom Cruise in the interview. You're like, whoa. Oh. Oh my God. Stop it. That's enough. That's so creepy. Jesus. Freaks me out, that. Like, freaks me out. You know what? I know we do a lot of like demons and scary ghost stuff on this channel, or like, and Most Amazing as well. But I think the thing that scares me the most are serial killers and stalkers. Like, absolutely, just, they're real. They exist. Like, we know. Like, there's no suspicion around that or superstition around that. We know they're real. You know? It's just, there are people out there that just shake me to my core. My goodness. Oh, I can hardly bear it. You know what? I was actually pretty chill about this for a minute because I was like, "Aw, cute little bear, a bear coming into my house." And then I thought, how terrifying would that be if you actually woke up to a bear in your house? Right next to your bed? Because anything can happen with bears. They're actually pretty chill so long as they're not a mom with cubs, but oh, it would be an awful way to die. Such a bad way to die. Ugh, mauled by a bear. No! Don't. Is that a... Is that a... I can't tell if that's a mask or not. I can't tell if that's a mask. That's awful. I don't like that at all. What? Jeez, I mean, I'm jealous of the lollipop. I loved those as a kid. Yay, evil clowns. Let's do it again. Let's do more evil clowns. This goddamn song. Dancing to keep myself calm. Kind of looks like the clown I accidentally punched in the face at Canada's Wonderland. Oops, that was rough. It's, you know what? It was my friends who like dragged me into 2 consecutive haunted houses, and I just had my little backpack, and I was like way too young for this. I was like, well, not that young. I was in high school. I should know better. But this guy like jumps out of nowhere. It's like boo, and then I like threw my bag I like threw my bag forward, and then my hand came with it, and it just went on the nose. Thank God it was a fake one. Oh, that's it? Okay. Warning, headphone users, wait for it. That sounded like an animal. I don't think that sounded like a human, really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit, what is it, sus? What do the kids say? That's a little bit sus. I don't actually know what that means. Does that mean I'm not hip with the kids anymore? Maybe. Am I there? I didn't expect this video to give me an existential crisis. I didn't sign up for that today. Oh, okay, let's move on. What are those? Oh, it's clown. Here we go. Quit clowning around. I love that. Remember that? Remember that time? I was a huge fan of the creepy, crazy clown. Why can't I say that? The creepy, crazy clown pandemic that was happening a few years ago where there was just a bunch of clowns. I love when I'm talking to the camera, but I'm also talking to Chris. Hey, Chris. Oh, hey, what's up? Like, you remember that? What happened? Like, nobody ever knew what actually happened. I feel like that was just like a fad. If you do know, let us know in the comments. Lasers. That was just funny. Do it again. Not scared. Not scared. Love that. We just did a TikTok together. It was so fun. Love you, zombie. COVID-19 zombies got nothing on me. They were a great time. Okay, I'm gonna step closer and watch that again because I feel like I missed the facial expression. What does she have in her hand? I feel like I'm missing what's really scary about this. Yeah, I feel like this is just a woman waiting to be let into the house. And it just so happens to be at night. Because she's checking her phone, because that's like how my mom checks her phone when she doesn't have her glasses on. She's like, You know? That's what it reminds me of, right? I think the idea of losing your eyesight is scarier than this. It's terrifying. Just like hold on. Yeah. Yeah. She's just waiting to get let in. She might be a few hours late, but she's still down to party. Good old grandma.
This hole goes down, down.
Really? The hole goes down?
Down.
Holy
shit. A giant cavern.
It's a gigantic earthen cavern extending a full 16 feet straight down. Craig wonders out loud if this was natural or man-made. As he continues to videotape from a dizzying height, Craig quickly had the hole filled the next day, but he'll never forget about the huge underground threat that was once threatening his home.
So you can't put Chill's videos in here, man. I'm just gonna laugh. Like, just the way he speaks is so funny. The huge underground threat that was threatening his home. I mean, yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy that there's a big freaking cavern beneath your house. It doesn't look not man-made. It seems like there's even like supports or something in it. I don't know. From dizzying heights, this hole goes down, down, and also down. God damn.
Everything in the room is dark.
Ghost orb.
That is, until a bright ball of white light suddenly appears on camera.
Damn, that's a big one. Usually they're so...
The light hovers in front of the camera, making occasional slight movements. It initially appears to be a glare from some outside light source.
Could be.
However, an ordinary glare wouldn't move in this way. This has led many to believe that the light is a particularly intense example of a ghostly orb.
Honestly, like very intense. Usually when you see like ghost orb videos, they're kind of like they're fleeting, right? They're like, ooh, it was in the top corner for 1 second and then it disappeared, and you're like, all right. But this guy's like right there, front and center. Hey, I'm here, I'm here. Look at me, I'm a ghost, I'm an orb. Hey. I think that's a more relaxing haunting, eh? Like it's not like poltergeist. It's literally just somebody floating around like, hey, I've made my presence known, you know, just so you know I'm here. And then you're like, okay, cool, I've got you on video. Cool guy. Versus like throwing all your around, you know, breaking your vases, knocking over your TV, making you stress out, waking you up in the middle of the night. I want a chill ghost.
Strange noises begin to come from Michael's kitchen. And it's at the same moment that orbs begin to appear. Ooh. And it looks like these orbs may have been trying to stir things up as they knock over a picture frame. Then incredibly, a small orb floats down on top of the shelf where a candle is sitting before knocking it off the edge. The strange activity that Michael has managed to capture on camera.
Holy moly. I mean, again, this is not a chill ghost orb. We had the really chill ghost orb, now we have some dick freaking ghost orbs coming in, knocking all this stuff over, being absolute terrible house guests. Kick them out. Tell them they gotta go. Throw down some salt or something. I don't know. Get them out of here. They are not welcome anymore.
Of a hospital. The hall is empty except for a stretcher covered in a starched white sheet. Everything is still until a man wearing a face mask enters the hallway to sweep up a spot on the floor. What the man doesn't notice is that behind him something quite eerie is taking place.
I think you noticed. I think you noticed.
He turns around and notices the stretcher moving.
Damn. You think a ghost had like a medical emergency when it was on that stretcher, and then like the ghost paramedics were like lifting it up? I mean, that could be it, right? You know, maybe ghosts use the hospital just the same as us, you know? They gotta take a ghost ambulance from the ghost scene of the crime down to the ghost hospital, get wheeled down in a ghost gurney. This parameter's here. There's a scarecrow watching us.
Wait, allá, cuidado. Se vio algo allá. Wait, allá, cuidado.
I thought scarecrows were supposed to scare crows, not people. This guy doesn't even know how to do his job. He's out there in the woods. Hey, come on. They're just walking here. Unbelievable. This scarecrow's out in the middle of the night, not even scaring crows, he's scaring people. Somebody needs to get his manager down there to speak with him immediately about the expectations of the job. That'd be like if I made videos for scaring crows instead of you guys. I feel like I get in trouble for that. What would scare a crow? I don't even know, man. Crows are pretty ballsy.
What about Sheryl Crow?
Sheryl Crow. What's Sheryl Crow afraid of? Failure? Inadequacy? Ooh, hello. Someone's at the back door. They went in. Oh, someone's at the basement door. Why would you open it like that? That's not even a basement, it's a closet. Did somebody just scamper out of there? Your tripod fell over. It's a good thing there was no camera on there. Holy smokes. I thought it was like something coming from outside. I thought it was like a back screen door getting slammed over and over again. But no, it was somebody absolutely crashing around inside that broom closet. And then that was ballsy though. The guy just like, whoop, opens it right up. As soon as the knocking stops, it's like, boom, and then there's nothing there. I would assume there would be something there, so I would never open that. I'd tape it shut, and then I'd sell the house, and then I'd move to another country. Be good.
It almost sounds like they are whispering, he's here.
Hello?
Ooh.
Moments later, Advil receives an undeniable confirmation that something is in the house with him. A dark figure somehow stands out against the pitch black background as it crosses the doorway. It makes no attempt to go up the steps and reveal its true form.
Damn, bro. That's, I mean, yeah, I heard he's here. I mean, who was here though? Who's he? That's some freaky nonsense right there. What on earth was it doing at the bottom of the stairs? Hanging out in the basement? Just whipping across? I wonder what the true form really was. Is it humanoid? Is it more demonic? It's got multiple limbs up top, you know, maybe like 6 limbs, like I'm a champ. That sucks. How many times are we gonna watch this happen? Okay, here we go.
You see it? Tack så jättemycket.
Thank you so much. Oh! Boop.
Tack så jättemycket. Do you see it, guys? Always this lamp before the last time.
Oh, hello.
Tack så jättemycket.
That is, I mean, I would not like that to happen to me. Walking home alone, and then all of a sudden the lamp shuts off. I've seen streetlights come on before, and like I've been in areas where there's like a bunch and one burns out, and then it's like dead for a while. But like for it to like flicker on and off like that, and especially because he's saying it's happened before every time. That's something spooky. Either the government's watching him and trying to freak him out, you know, they're just like remotely turning the light on and off. Or, I don't know, like it could be, I mean, I was gonna say it could be something more sinister, but what's more sinister than a government, am I right?
One, two, three, go. Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, now that I have introduced myself to the patient.
The lights in the room flicker. And the door on a nearby cupboard seems to slam shut all on its own.
Now that I have introduced myself to the patient.
That's real terror right there. Like that's probably how I'd react if I saw something like that. I just like ah! Run towards the camera person. That's rough. I wonder what she was gonna do after introducing herself to the patient, because now the ghost came in and ruined it. Dang. It could be a like, I don't know, like a minor earthquake or something that caused the lights to flicker and then shut the door. You know, that's my thinking here. Maybe that's my skeptic brain turning on, but could also be a mischievous ghost.
It literally just stopped.
Ooh. What's going on? Who's crashing around the freaking hotel hallway?
Can't show the code. Something literally flew off the wall. Bro. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Jesus. I don't even know where to go. Okay. Holy, look at this.
Throughout the video, loud banging noises can be heard coming from somewhere nearby, but no matter where Nick looks, he cannot find the source.
That's a poltergeist, baby. You're getting poltergeisted. He's just throwing shit around, knocking shit over, making your day harder. That sucks, but I mean, hey, you gotta put up with it, you know? Maybe you're built on top of some haunted burial ground. Maybe, you know, you did something to anger malevolent spirit. I can't really tell you how to deal with a poltergeist, but what I can tell you is keep shooting it. Maybe make some money.